Warning. The following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
For real, I gotta lube this thing.
Action.
This is the start of a very special episode of Meet Us in the Man Cave, where Chris and I are bringing along not one, but two very special guests this evening. And of course, we have Andrew. You've all have met Andrew in the past. And of course, here is our other special guest. If any of you out there have ever heard of a little film called Halloween Aftermath, well, here is the man himself who's responsible for that film, Mr. James Grimm. And James, since you are technically our, no offense, Andrew, our special guest this evening, Andrew, you're basically a regular at this point. How the hell are you doing, my friend?
It's good. You know, today's my day off. Tomorrow's my second day off. So it feels good. Just hanging out. Did some class today. Not much from there. It's been a lazy day. It's been great.
I know that feeling.
Can't blame you. Can't blame you.
And Andrew, I don't think I've ever actually formally met you before.
No, it's nice to meet you, James. I'm Andrew. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you as well. You, I assume you're a movie guy, right? I see the Indiana Jones posters in the back.
Of course, yes. I've been a huge movie guy since the early ages of probably 2 or 3, doing the jazz singer, doing a little Neil Diamond for my mom, and playing that out in the living room. But yeah, I've always been into movies big time. My sister lives out in San Diego, and she acts, actually.
Do you guys do product placement?
We sure try.
This podcast was brought to you by Shock Top.
What the fuck you drinking?
Oh, buddy. If I can ever get into this fucking thing, they have this thing like put together in a fucking straitjacket. Hang on. This is some serious fucking play. First of all, tried and true, old faithful here, Mr. Guinness. I mean, we didn't see the pour, but that pour was fucking perfect. And look at it, it's black as my soul. I love it.
That's pretty perfect.
All right, and then we're gonna go with Smoke Eye Hill. This is this is their new rye. They released their bourbon last in 2023, I think. And man, it took a lot of awards. So I really want to see what they can do with the rye. And it's gonna be my drink situation for the rest of the night.
James, are you going to join us in this little thing that we do here? We always ask each other what the hell, because after a rough week, what the fuck are you drinking?
Yeah, I started off with an electrolyte coconut beverage, and then I decided to, because if you're going to dehydrate with alcohol, you need to hydrate with something else. So right now it's Shock Top. I don't drink these very often, but it is a tasty drink, and yeah, Shock Top it is.
Nice. My mom loves those things in the summertime.
I don't drink hard alcohol, so while it does look very tasty and appetizing, I just know that I've become a whole new guy.
Well, don't you worry, sir. We'll drink enough for both of us.
Oh, please do.
Andrew.
Yes, sir.
You know what it's all about. Are you joining us in this parade tonight?
Well, you know what I'm drinking. I just got to get over and get one. I've already drank the other one, and I need one.
This is a new podcast.
Pretend. Well, we're pretending. All right. Give me one memento.
All Are you getting sick and tired of always losing at hide and go seek? Well, go open a can of Meet Us in the Man Cave beer. It friggin' tastes awesome.
Drink responsibly. Only available at Bubba.
There we go.
Oh, fellas, it's a winner.
This is awesome. See, what he does off camera, we will never know.
He's beating the shit out of somebody right now.
And what's scary, he has 3 daughters. Or does he? Dun, 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 dun. James, I hope you're ready for these questions that Chris has loaded.
Oh, I hope I am too. I hope I have an answer for you.
I'm not going to say they're going to be the most sophisticated, but
that's okay.
I never claim to be the most sophisticated guy. It'll be all right.
Dos
Let's
Equis.
fire away.
Taste Dos Equis.
I almost bought some, so I kind of regret not doing it.
James, they're so good, are they not?
They are
They're
amazing.
so good. They are so good.
No bull-
Oh
What
my
was the
gosh.
number one beer again, guys?
What'd you say?
Chris Andrew 2025 again? What was it?
Modelo, I do believe.
Modelo is the number selling beer in the U.S. right now this year.
Really?
Beat Bud Light, and they were on the top of the mountain for like 20 years, if not longer. So,
Well,
cheers
well
to them.
deserved. Well deserved. I like my dad.
Since we've got James Grimm, I figured I would go with some Jameson triple. It's been a little while since I had some triple. Actually, we're having quadruple, right? And that's too gay. But I forgot my other glass. It's in the refrigerator. Twitch inspired me from our live stream last night, and I'm like, oh yeah. Guess I'm just going to go with some of that as well.
Hypnomoth. Good
Yes.
shit, man.
So, James,
So-
if you don't mind me asking, James, what inspired you for this movie? I watched it. I loved it. So, what inspired you to make this movie?
Yeah, in 2020, I made a film called Halloween: The Devil's Autumn, and it was shot on a phone. Just got a couple buddies. We went out back and did our thing. And it was all fun. And then in 2022, we released a Friday the 13th fan film called My Special Boy, where I
That's right.
I co-directed that film. And then while we were in post-production, the editor of the film was like, hey, man, what's your thoughts on taking Halloween and making a quality picture in the David Gordon Green universe? And I was like, let's do it. Dude, that's a wonderful idea. I'm super down. I love the trilogy. And so we finished My Special Boy, and then we hopped right into production for that. And it was it's been a dream. Filmmaking has always been a dream of mine. John Carpenter's Halloween is what got me into wanting to do it. So overall, my dream's always been to tackle Halloween, no matter how big or small it is. And this year, I finally got to do it. So it was like a dream come true. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why I did it.
Congrats, man. Congrats. It's a big accomplishment. I was just flowing through YouTube last night. You're on the precipice of 300,000 views already, and that's amazing. So
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah. Actually, we're actually about to hit 1 million views.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We jumped. Yeah, we skyrocketed super quick.
That's amazing.
And then Blade discussed
That's amazing.
and I was like shocked when I saw that. I was like, "What? This is crazy!"
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's nuts.
I'm going to be very selfish right now. So anybody that loves our channel, Meet Us in the Man Cave, and you watched a little bit of Halloween Aftermath with that, us right there. Remember, some of that. Nah, I'm bullshit. Man. We got 1 million views.
We had one view in there.
I understand why you got 1 million views and counting.
Yes,
Yeah.
very entertaining.
I think we got. I think it's 920K right now. I think it's something like that. I hope in the next week it'll hit that 1 million mark. But yeah, it's been really cool to see so many people be like, "Wow, this is quality." There are people who don't like it. There are people who hate it, and I still thank them for taking the time to even hate it. Watch it and hate it, and then there are people who are like, "This is fucking long." You're like, "What are you guys doing? There's no reason to be this long." I'm like, you're not wrong, but I like it, and we all think that we built the film on character development. We don't have a Laurie Strode to really build off of. Like you're not familiar with any of these faces except Michael Myers, and we're not gonna make a fan film of Michael just brutalizing everyone for 2 hours straight. Well, I want to create characters that people love to love and people love to hate. And when they die, you get sad or you stand up and you cheer. And that's what we did. And it was just it took 2 hours and 15 minutes for us to do so.
Well, it was amazing, man. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. If I'm going to segue into stuff, because that was a good opening question. That was good to get your inspiration for stuff. If we can get a little more in depth on things, because I have so many questions when it comes to fan made films like this.
Yeah.
Like, where do you start off? I know you have your inspiration. I know you have, what drives you, but how do you pull all that together? I got to ask like questions about, budget. How do you get funding, financial backing? How do you start that process? How do you even get the ball rolling there without getting too personal? Obviously, I don't want to delve too deep, but if there's a potential listener out there right now that's got this wonderful fucking fan made film in his head, how does he even get his foot in the door right there? How does he even start that?
Promotion, like promote. Like every day you'll get on the nerves of every single person that follows you, and all your friends and family will start to hate you for a month or two. But yeah, you create an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter. There are other platforms nowadays you can use, but we use Indiegogo, and you start off there. You create what perks you want to offer, what people want. People want, posters. People want home media, Blu-rays, DVDs, VHSs, even for the old school retro collector. And you create a list of things you want to for donation purposes, because we do not own the rights to this franchise. So people are donating their funds, and we're providing something in return for their nice gesture, and that's with shirts and Blu-rays and posters. Selling is a really bad word. It's not really a word that we use, because that indicates that we're making money. Legally, we cannot make money. If anything, I poured a lot of my own money to make this movie. But you start off with an Indiegogo campaign, as an example. You create a list of things you want to market for people to see. And the way we did with this film differently than anything we did previously is that we said we want to film the opening of the movie, and we're going to pay for it out of our pockets, so that we're going to show the world what our vision is and the quality of it. And if they like it, and we tell them, hey, do you like the quality? Well, you can get 2 hours of this, but we need X amount of dollars to really make this a reality. So that's what we did with Halloween.
Okay. Interesting, because that leads me into my next question. Camera rigs. What are you guys using out there? I mean, we watched some of the shots. I mean, it's like, I believe, Scott, you said there's little, you just say J.J. Abrams? Like, which
Oh, yeah. I love the
the bokeh effect.
The lens flare?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Halloween 1 and 2, I know those two at least, and the David Gordon Green trilogy, they use anamorphic lenses. If you go back and watch Halloween 2, there's stuff at the beginning of the film where you see lens flares happening, and that was shot in Pasadena. In the new trilogy, they used anamorphic lenses, and we were like, let's keep it like, I know like they use like probably 40K lenses. We did not. We use kind of bare minimum, C-ray anamorphics. They're friendly on the budget, but they look great, and they have that wide look, and they might flare a little too much in my opinion. But we knew going into this that we needed to have quality, and we needed to stay true to the trilogy, and then the first two films where they use anamorphics as well.
Gotcha.
So you were saying rigs. So like we used anamorphic lenses, which vary from a 24 millimeter, 35, 50, and 75 millimeter anamorphics. And then we used a Sony FX30 APS-C sensor camera, which is like the brother to the FX3. And the FX3 was used to make the movie The Creator. So it's kind of like that, except that camera uses a full frame sensor, and ours is cropped in. Can you tell? Most likely not, but
Yeah.
Very cool. I mean, that's a long way from the taking your phone out in the backyard now.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty nice, man.
I've done both, just like, action, do your shit,
Yeah.
And then
great.
Rigs, additionally, we use like steady cams, like they use in the first film, like the glide cam. We use that. We use like Dana dollies. We used gimbals, like car rigs. We used a lot of awesome equipment.
Fantastic.
I know those damn gimbals.
Hey, James, how did you vet your actors? Just curious.
We use a site called backstage.com, and Backstage it helps you find actors, crewmen. It helps you find anyone who's in the industry who wants to get dip their toes in, or maybe they're already established to a degree and they want to find new projects. So we use backstage.com exclusively for everything we do. It's kind of like, it
Very
seems
cool.
like to be like an industry standard for a lot of productions. So we got all of our cast and crew, some of our crew from that site.
Very cool.
I was wondering because there was a lot of the two guys on the farm. Probably the highlight of the film for me, and they felt like they had such a care for their characters. It felt like you really invested the time into them, which I absolutely appreciated because those guys were really fucking funny and really great. But did those guys come from that site?
No, actually, they're both personal friends of mine.
I knew it.
So the Mexican beautiful looking man, his name's Adrian. I've known him since my daughter was born, so I've known him for a long time. And him and I started Grimnox Productions as normally it was actually first off like a music thing, and then we're like, let's tackle film, and so we just kind of carried it over from music to film. And he's been in everything I've done. And then the other gentleman, his name's Zach, and he's a close friend of mine, and he lives down the street practically from me, and he's him and I have gotten together for the last 3 years now, and we've been making projects, and he's a great guy. So it's crazy because those two are not like actors, and they don't try to be, but they're really good at doing it.
You just brought up music there. I got to ask about score. What did you outsource score? Did you do some of the score? How'd you tackle that?
I think there's only 3 tracks that are from John's score, and they are, I guess, considered renditions. Because I would say 90% of that movie is all original. We end up getting 2 composers for it. A gentleman named Lucas, I think you say Neep, Lucas Neep, and then Joshua Brazil, and they both tackled it. And like honestly, people say that this film is long as hell, and they have not even seen the soundtrack yet. It's like 50 tracks. It's crazy.
Wow.
So it's a majority of it's all original stuff.
Damn.
More impressive things that learned here. I mean, hey, can I ask a softball question?
Yes.
That mask. Who was responsible of bringing that baby to life in that movie?
So there's 3 masks. Sorry.
Oh,
there's the first mask you see in the movie. It's the 2018 Kills mask. That one's done by Matt Chandler at 31 Studios. And then we have a stunt mask.
Okay.
A stunt mask that I did, and it's somewhere around here. And then you have the hero mask, and that was done by myself, and that was done by Matt as well. So I painted the mask.
I had a feeling.
I painted the mask, and I was like, you know what? This mask needs hair, and I'm not really good at the 2018 style like kills and ends hair. So I gave it to Matt, and Matt haired it for us. And then I said, you know what, Matt? Can you actually touch up some of the paint here and there for me? And he did, and it came back, and it was like, oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. It's the hero mask right here.
Wow, it's very cool.
That looks
very
nasty,
cool to see.
Man. That is wow.
I'm thinking to myself, you're going to enjoy it more when you're editing right now. Because
Oh, shit. That's giving me so many ideas right now to try out. Oh,
For the past 2 years, this town has tried to forget about Michael Myers. It's tried to move on. It's tried to heal. But all it's done is cave in on itself, turning everyone against each other, making them paranoid, scared. This town won't be able to heal until they see the boogeyman dead in front of them.
It's happening again. You're finished. You're done.
Run! Go!
as we were watching it, I'm thinking, I know I shared that thought. I wonder if James had anything to do with, overhauling or fixing these masks. So I'm glad to hear that. So,
yeah, so and then like
good.
all the knives in the movie I did as well, except
Really?
one knife I didn't do, but I did all the knives you see in the movie. Got one. This is screen used as well.
Is that the one that went in the leg?
This is
Because, brother, I'm like, that's like a 16-inch blade in the fucking knee. Like, how the hell did you decide to do that?
With that?
Yeah, it's insanely huge.
That's what she said. Michael.
Oh, you know what? Like the screen used hand.
So how did you go about getting that prop or developing that prop, James?
I have a buddy online. His name's Val, and he does like Val horse props, and he makes these. He makes like the kills, the ends, and the 2018 style one. And I saw them, and then he was such a sweetheart because I said I just want one, and he had a delay in shipping, so he was a sweetheart. I was understanding, and he shipped it to us. And then he not only did that, but he shipped me like candy and all kinds of cool stuff and like treats and stuff. But then like hidden in the box was another hand.
Oh,
wow.
And, that is nasty.
And this one was actually not used, but it's production,
production
used,
production grade.
Not screen used. Yeah.
Right.
And what he made one to be really gross, and then he made one to be like really like I don't know. It has like gangrene. I don't know. Yeah, so yeah. He's a sweetheart.
Wow, that's cool.
Sick.
A drunk out there is watching right now. Am I seeing a double? Is James giving me the finger?
I will say, James, that's the first thing I noticed in the first scene of the movie is the hand. It was 2018. It was after his hand had been shot off. He was trying to strangle somebody and noticed that half of it was missing. So, kudos. Yeah, very kudos to you for implementing that and making it noticeable.
Yes, this felt very, very fan serviced. You gave us a lot of very cool moments. Very entertaining. Like, thanks for bringing that to life. It's very cool. Very cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think like that's the one thing that we said from the beginning is like, we're fans. We want to do this for the fans, it's funny because I'm always kind of joke. It's like, we're doing this for a community of people, like a community of people who don't really want to see it and don't like it. But, we're still doing it for them because at the end of the day, they can watch it and love it or hate it. But we want to throw in so many Easter eggs.
That's wild. I can't believe anybody's saying that because you did this clearly as a passion project. And I can't believe people are knocking on that. That's crazy. I mean,
I'm not surprised. And this is nothing against James and everybody else that was responsible for the film itself. I'm just saying that this is something that it's like a revolving door of, I didn't like it because I didn't do it. They won't share that part, will they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it out loud because that I personally, as I'm sitting there and I'm going to share, it's probably just, you know what, Scott, you already said that when you were watching it. I'm going to say it again. It was a fun film. I enjoyed it. It took me back to when I used to go to the theater, seeing a lot of great films at those times. And I remember how fun they used to be, how I would go with my friends and you'd have fun. You'd laugh. It was an emotional, you know what I mean? Like a roller coaster ride. And I miss that. And sometimes I thought, looking in the mirror, I'm like, is it just because I'm getting older and I'm too picky and I don't like films as much as I used to? But every once in a while I'll come across something and watching that, Your Halloween Aftermath, I'm like, this reminds me of those movies that I had fun watching.
That's awesome.
So
I love hearing that. That's the thing is, we made this for like a lot of different kind of fans who do have those memories and who do want to experience that. We made it for, I want to say we made it for several kind of audiences, young, everyone like, and people who can like, reminisce, and feel like they're watching a horror. They're watching maybe a teen drama, whatever you want to call it, a comedy with a horror movie with comedy with some romance in there and, some trauma, but I feel like it's a movie for everyone.
Yeah, I could tell. And I'm really hoping the younger audience gets it, the old guys like me, why we appreciated the Halloween from the past. Now you guys are getting a perspective, because that's how I kind of feel like you created something for the younger generation. But this is this is kind of what we got. So you're getting it now too. We're not seeing I guess you could say the wheel being reinvented. You gave us a new Halloween film that wasn't this, lather, rinse, repeat. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
I want to make sure I say that.
Creativity should be uplifted. I mean, you took on something that probably most people couldn't have done, and I mean, you should at least be, praised for that.
No, absolutely.
You did a great job. Hey, real fast. How do you go through your Michael choice? Was there any steps that you made him go through prior? Did you make him walk for you? Did you make him choke somebody? I mean, how did you decide your Michael?
There was someone who's going to play Michael beforehand, and he had some other things come up where like some conflicting schedule. So I knew if he couldn't do it, like the guy who played Michael, I knew he was going to do it. So he came down to film a different movie with me. And while we were taking a break, I said, "Hey, go in the bathroom. Here's the mask. Here's some coveralls. Throw it on and go out there and walk." And he started walking. He picks up a box cutter and he starts doing his thing. And I was like, "Oh, there's Michael Myers right there. You're hired." Simple. It was very simple. I always knew I wanted him because I do know his dedication to the character and his understanding of the character and his love for what James Jude Courtney did, and Tyler Mane and Nick Castle and Dick Warlock and even the George P. Wilburs and the Don Shankses. Maybe some Chris Duran and Brad Lorry, but
James knocking him off the park one right.
Those is Michael's.
Do either one of you, Andrew or Chris, do you ever get that not so fresh feeling?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, thanks to our new sponsors, Mass and Gilbert. Yes. Mass and Gilbert. It sounds a lot like a Mass and Gilbert, but it's from Mass and Gilbert. Basically, they will leave you feeling, fresh and clean. Yes, they're dedicated to basically affect a formula that cleanses you with some irritations down there. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a comfort, glide strip with the flexible neck bottle. It's comfortable and easy to use. Mass and Gilbert. Freshness made simple.
I don't know where we went.
It's only available at Bubba.
Do you have any other future plans on other productions that you're possibly working on? Or can you share that info with us? I should ask first.
Yeah. We're actually in production for what may be our final fan film until we start really tackling all original content. And it's a fan film called Scream Descent. And it is it does take place in the world of Scream and everything. So we do acknowledge Mickey and Billy Loomis and Stu and, all of them. And so, but ours is, takes a little, I can't talk about it much, but, we just released a poster for it recently. And next month we are going full into production. The poster for it right now.
Okay.
Nice.
My girls will be very happy about that.
And survival has no rules is the tagline.
That is cool.
So we'll be jumping into that in December, mid-December, and then expect more information as the year starts to come to an end, and then 2026 picks up. And because we have another surprise coming too in early 26. I hear there's 3 Friday the 13th in 26. So
wow, thanks for that info.
Damn,
we've been itching.
Damn.
There's a Friday the 13th in February, March, and in November. So
is this on the television is it Peacock? I forget who's responsible for this streaming. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it might be Paramount. Maybe Paramount.
Paramount. Thank you.
Yeah,
that makes sense. They have never got rid of. Yeah, that's right. I'm getting it confused because I know it might have been from the last renditions of it was the John Wayne Gacy, or no, I think was it Netflix that did the Ed Gein?
Yeah,
it was Netflix.
Yeah,
Monster. ecosystem or whatever.
Yeah.
So, to someone who's never been through the directorial process or filmmaking at all, you kept using the term in production. It's like pre-production and then production. I mean, could you walk us through what's the differences between those and what steps you take to say? You said in December is when you eventually want to get around to the point where we're making this. What are the steps leading up to that, though?
Yeah, so as an example, Halloween just released on the 17th of October. But even prior to that, like pre-production of Scream was going strong. Like you get a script. Our writer Cole Tatham, who's also the editor of Aftermath, and he wrote Aftermath as well. He writes a script. He gives it to me. I read it, and I either approve it or deny it. Not to say that I just deny his work, but I say, like he's a great guy.
I want you to throw it back in his face. Get this out of here.
The fucking thing out of here. No, he'll present it to me, and then I'll see things that I'm not really a fan of, or like, oh, this is kind of lengthy. Let's dial it back, and he'll provide his reasonings why it is that way, and then we'll kind of touch base, and we'll, Aftermath, dude, it went through like 13 drafts or something, and we're hoping Scream is not so robust, but yeah, so you start off with a script. He presents it to me. I say yes or no, and we go forward, and then we start figuring out what are we going to film, who are we going to cast. Okay, so we're going to film this person, and this person, this place. How much is that going to cost? Oh, it's going to cost this much. Okay, let's get everyone together, crew, equipment, and then we start realizing, are we going to kill someone? Okay, so we're gonna kill someone. All right, cool. So how are we gonna do it? Oh, you're gonna need their guts. Okay, how much is that gonna cost? Yeah, it's actually, I don't want to say simpler than it sounds, because it's not simple. But Cole and I have really came up with a formula, if you will. No pun intended to Scream, but we have really come up with a formula, and it seems to be working, and it seemed to work pretty well in Aftermath. I've heard people say that we hyped the film up more than it should have been, and it's like, well, we released things. It was you guys, not you guys per se, but the audience who hyped it up and saw the vision. So thank you to everyone who thinks that.
Speaking of production, I forgot to turn on one of my lights for the damn camera.
Gotta ask, have you ever ran into a situation where, say, I mean, I don't know if it's like a day-by-day basis or if it's something that you approach when you wrap filming, but has there ever been a point when it's gone over on budget, or something that you couldn't get done that you really wanted to get done, and you had to eventually just say, okay, we're just going to move forward. We can't do it. Has that ever happened to you?
It's happened, but then while we couldn't get it done at that moment, we found a way to get it done eventually. And I don't know if I should pull the curtain back too much on Halloween, but I can tell you there was a good amount of stuff that I had to film by myself. There are moments where I'm Michael Myers. There's moments where I'm filming people and I'm doing camera work. Now, our DP for the film, Aries Fung, he's a super talented guy. He's from LA, and he brought a big team with him, and he's super talented. But there are times where we couldn't get it done because we had so much we had to shoot. And, here I'll be at my house. I'll be like, you know what? We need this pickup. Cole hit me up. He's like, can you get the pickup of this? Can you get a pickup of that? I'll put the coveralls on. I'll prop up the camera, and or I'll put the pumpkin up over here, and I'll put some cop lights on, or, some lightning strikes over here. And I'll do some pickups that we couldn't do in the big shoot.
I'm just trying to make it make sense for me, because obviously I don't know shit about filming a movie, but maybe I have a set of brakes that needed to go on the car. Well, I couldn't go fucking buy the brakes. Well, we got to set that back a week. We need to postpone this. We need to. I didn't know if that ever happened to you.
Yeah.
I just wondered.
Totally. It's like, oh, we cannot do this because XYZ. Well, what else is on the shot list, and what's on the schedule? Okay, so we can't do this. Let's move this to next month, and then we'll knock out all these other things right here. And you're in Pasadena. Oh, it's 95 degrees here. Oh, Michael Myers is in the coveralls. well, let's try to make sure we can knock this out. This is important because we can't have our actor having a heat stroke on set, you know? So, so there's a lot of those kind of times.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good thinking. That's way to think ahead on that. That's
Speaking of, with everything that we're talking about here with film industry and all that, and Andrew, you brought it up in the beginning here. I've got to ask Andrew, and hopefully you could give us an answer. How are things going for you when it comes to a certain project? Are you allowed to talk about that? Is it still going ahead, or
just not allowed to talk about it at the moment?
Damn.
It's got some electric bill issues. I'm sorry.
Breaking my heart.
Yeah.
Hush, hush.